poverty and create thousands of jobs, highly paying manufacturing jobs, unless we can generate and transmit and distribute reliable electricity.
Light of hope beams in Guag as President Tinubu performs groundbreaking ceremony of independent power plant.
Dialogue and negotiations should be at the forefront of our approach in resolving the crisis in the Republic of Niger.
Give peace a chance. Return to democracy. ECOWAS chiefs of defense staff urge Niger's junta as the end meeting in Abuja. President Tinubu communicates to Senate, replaces Mariam Shetty with Maria Mahmoud, adds Festus Kiamu. Hello and welcome. This is the NTA Network News reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I'm Naja'atu Tijani. Adiola Komiakere joins me from Lagos. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can also watch this broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live. And do follow all our social media handles displayed on the screen for the latest stories. President Bola Tinubu has promised his administration will remove bottlenecks around power distribution to increase the capacity of the distribution companies. President Tinubu renewed this hope in the energy sector after he performed the groundbreaking ceremony of the Guag Independent Power Plant project. State House correspondent Musbau Nanwahab reports.
Tinubu's administration met the country's power distribution at a stagnant capacity hovering around 5,000 megawatts for several years, even with a higher capacity being generated. This is considered an abysmally low capacity for a country of over 200 million people and a government intending industrialization to move from a consuming nation to a production hub.
Nigeria cannot become a productive and industrialized economy. We cannot tackle poverty and create thousands of jobs, highly paying manufacturing jobs, unless we can generate and transmit and distribute reliable electricity.
Power transmission infrastructures, distribution bottlenecks, and other value chain challenges have long been identified. And so, the current administration has its job cut out to turn the tide. But President Tinubu is positive with a solution.
All distribution bottlenecks will be removed. That this project is taken off so early in the lifetime of this administration to serve as a notice to the residents of Abuja and indeed to all Nigerians of our determination to bring positive change to this nation.
Here is a starting point for the government of the day to achieve its plan to deepen domestic gas utilization and create more jobs as NNPC Limited and partners are blazing the trail in the federal government's Gas to Power initiative to leverage the abundant gas deposits in the country and power these projects.
Energy availability means a lot in national growth. And I thank Mr. President for going this direction. And I can assure him we will give every legislative backing to this project to see that it not only comes, into the light of the day, but it is something that Nigerians will begin to multiply from one region to the other until we increase energy availability in our country.
We have seen the efforts of Mr. President in restoring energy supply to the country. I think this will go a long way in cushioning the effect of fuel subsidy removal, because you have heard from him that this power supply is to be powered by gas.
The time frame for this project is 3 years, and there is a strong message from the President that the 3 years must be 3 years. From Guag, Muspa and Wahab, NTA News.
The days of erratic power supply in Guag community on the outskirts of the Federal Capital Territory are about to end. with the groundbreaking ceremony of Guag Independent Power Plant, which is being seen as a light of hope for the residents and its environs. Again, Lydia Sampson reports.
The excitement of Comfort Musa, a resident of Guag, is palpable and resonates with the people, including their traditional leaders.
No, we don't have constant lights. But with this project, I believe that there will be constant lights. And I pray God should give them the power to do it successfully the way they planned to do it.
Power plant session will assist us, will enlighten us to promote our economic activities, such as our farm program, our health center.
The power plant marks a significant milestone in the efforts to improve the lives of people in the community and demonstrates government's determination to prioritize welfare and development of its citizens.
Mr. President has promised that there will be energy sufficiency in this country. People will have access to available energy so that it can drive transformation, it can bring economic prosperity, and it can also bring growth to our country. And you can't do this without having access to power. And it has asked us and ensure that we take the next necessary step to ensure that we start this project on time and deliver it on schedule.
Naturally, key players are already enumerating the inherent benefits.
Power, energy, has not only become an essential resource, but has become a lifeline of economies.
With a capacity of 1,350,000 megawatts, the power plant will provide uninterrupted source of power to the people and help sustain businesses operating in the area. The project is expected to be completed within 3 years by NNPC Limited. Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is reiterating its commitment to providing cheaper alternative fuel to motorists in line with the directive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to cushion the effects of petroleum subsidy removal on Nigerians. Lydia Sampson again reports.
The landmark collaboration aims to expand the country's CNG infrastructure, improve access to CNG, and accelerate the adoption of cheap and cleaner alternative fuel for buses, cars, and keke napep. It is expected to significantly reduce the cost of transportation geared towards sustainable national economic growth.
This initiative would leverage Nigeria's abundant natural gas resources to bring multiple benefits to Nigerians, including access to cheaper fuel, reduce cost of transportation, reduce carbon emissions, create new businesses, and chains and streams of job opportunities.
With the support of NNPC and everyone, NEPCO will sure come up with the expectations of the citizens of Nigeria and will be able to provide a proven and economical fuel.
Under the strategic partnership, 35 state-of-the-art CNG stations will be constructed nationwide, including 3 model stations. Once fully operational, the stations can service over 2,000 vehicles daily, thereby significantly reducing carbon emissions and its associated impact on the climate. The project is to be rolled out in phases. The first phase, comprising 21 CNG stations, will support intra-city transportation and be ready by the first quarter of 2024, while the second phase, comprising 35 CNG stations, will support intercity transformation and will be ready by the first quarter of 2025. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Still on power, Vice President Kashim Shettima has received separate briefs on the operations of the Niger Delta Power Holding Company and the Bureau of Public Enterprises. The Vice President met the chief executives and management staff of the agencies in his office, where they made presentations on their mandate, especially challenges and contributions to the economy. While assuring them of proactive leadership, the Vice President charged the Bureau for Public Enterprises and the Niger Delta Power Holding Company to remain focused in realizing the transformation agenda of the Tinubu administration. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that Vice President Kashim Shettima is the chairman of the board of the Niger Delta Power Holding Company and also the chairman of the National Council on Privatization, the supervising authority for the Bureau of Public Enterprises. On the security front, the ECOWAS Chiefs of Defense Staff meeting in Abuja is urging Niger's military to give peace a chance by releasing President Mohamed Bazoum and returning to democracy. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the defense chiefs are also considering possible military action as a last resort if diplomacy fails.
For the past 2 days, ECOWAS Chiefs of Defense Staff converge on Abuja in response to decision of the authority of ECOWAS heads of state and government. It is a single agenda, restoring Niger to democratic family, following the action of a military junta that seized power from the democratic government.
The coup in the Republic of Niger has highlighted the fragility of our region. We must intensify our diplomatic efforts to engage with all relevant stakeholders. Dialogue and negotiations should be at the forefront of our approach in resolving the crisis in the Republic of Niger. It is crucial to recognize that the success of our deliberation depends on the implementation of the recommendations that we have formulated. We must ensure that decisions taken here today are not mere rhetorics, but are transformed into tangible actions on the ground.
While diplomacy is ongoing, ECOWAS has perfected plans for a possible military action.
The Chiefs of Defense Staff and their teams have worked round the clock to come up with a concept of operation for an eventual military intervention in the Republic of Niger to restore constitutional order, to ensure the release of the detained President Mohamed Bazoum.
Our president, a core Democrat, an astute believer in Africa, and particularly West Africa, is committed to ensuring that we restore peace, democracy, and good governance in the Republic of Niger. Being a Democrat, therefore, he believes in diplomatic means of resolving issues. Military option is the last option.
At the event, Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, formally assumed office as the President, ECOWAS Committee of Chiefs of Defense Staff. From the Defense Headquarters in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Still on the situation in Niger, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has given a hint on the current position of the ECOWAS leadership at a media briefing in Abuja after a series of mediation efforts aimed at resolving the political impasse. Garba Nata'ala reports.
Reacting to military seizure of power in Niger Republic opposed by all regional and international bodies, this meeting in Abuja, attended by diplomatic envoys across the West African sub-region and their counterparts representing the United States, Europe, and Asia, is in solidarity with ECOWAS to expedite action in resolving the political impasse. Ease the tension among ECOWAS member states. Ambassador Adamu Ibrahim Lamawa pointed out that military intervention could be the last resort, but remarked that the outcome of ECOWAS delegation that met with the head of the military junta will unfold the current position of ECOWAS member states.
The steps so far taken by ECOWAS authority demonstrate the reality in the region that the worst form of democracy is still better than the best military dictatorship. Likewise, the condemnation of the coup in Niger by the international community is a welcome development. The swift reaction by the international community is a huge testimony to the preference for democracy and constitutional rule to any form of governance.
The meeting continued behind closed doors. However, with a call on the international community to support ECOWAS leadership's stand, which is to restore democracy and give peace a chance to reign in the sub-region. From the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I am Garba Muhammad Natala, NTA News.
Meanwhile, trans-border trading activities at the Ilela-Niger border in Sokoto State have been forced to a standstill as scores of trucks loaded with cement, food items and textile have been denied entry at both ends. The acting Comptroller General of Customs, who visited the border to enforce the ECOWAS directive on border closure, said the measure is not meant to torture citizens but restore stability in Niger after last week's military coup. Zainab Saidu Abdel Nasser reports.
These are trucks loaded with cement and other goods that were denied entry Niger Republic via Ilela border. The drivers were forced to return but detained between Godaba and Ilela towns in Sokoto State with neither food nor water. At the Ilela border, some of the trucks that tried to cross into Nigeria have also been denied due to the ECOWAS directives. The Acting Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, commended the perseverance and compliance of the border communities, explaining that the measure is not punitive, but the implementation of the ECOWAS directive meant to restore stability in Niger Republic, which was taken over by the military last week.
We want peace in Niger, but we also want peace all over the sub-region. So this effort is to ensure that democracy is restored so that we can guarantee peace in Niger, in Nigeria, and in the entire sub-region. So we can only trade. Business can only thrive when there is peace.
The district head of Ilela, Sarkin Rafi Buhari Tukur Abdurrahman, who was represented by Obandawakin Ilela, Abubakar Abdullahi, assured the Controller General of continued compliance to the border closure. Northwest Chairman of Customs License Agents, Aminu Daniya, said their members will abide by the ECOWAS directives despite being hard for them. In Sokoto, Zainab Saidu Abdul Nasir, NTA News.
And still on border patrols and control, the Acting Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, is seeking ways of strengthening cooperation with the Nigeria Police Force in the area of training and enhanced border patrol. Francis Form reports that the customs boss was at the force headquarters for the discussions towards achieving seamless interagency collaboration.
This is the maiden engagement between the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service and the Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun. The discussion here is on enhanced collaboration towards policing the Nigerian borders, improved investigation techniques, and the establishment of a mutual working relationship for better internal security in the country.
I would request that we reinforce the mutual trust that exists between us at all our levels, at the strategic level, at operational level, and at the level of our officers operating in the field.
We will offer our expertise and we will share intelligence with you. We also look forward to getting intelligence from you.
This collaborative approach, the Acting IGP Egbetokun assures, will enhance the overall security architecture, promote efficient crime prevention, and ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens. Meanwhile, the Acting IGP has decorated 2 Deputy Inspectors General of Police representing the Southwest Geopolitical Zone. One has since proceeded on retirement. Similarly, the Force Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, was also decorated with the rank of an Assistant Commissioner of Police. The Acting IGP urges them to bring their wealth of experience to bear. Francis from NTA News.
This is the network news on NTA. The news continues in a moment. Stay tuned.
Fellow Nigerians, I made a solemn pledge to work for you, how to improve your welfare and living condition. It's of paramount importance to me, and it is the only thing that keeps me up day and night.
For 5 good years you have been in this shop. If it is to update your WhatsApp now, you will know how to do that one very well.
You no get person wey sabi everything for business. For Stanbic IBTC, we dey join hand with business people take grow their business. For Enterprise Direct at stanbicibtc.com or call 0700 333 3333.
Need a white card.
I'm your big fan too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother.
Me gun myself, I'm a rapper.
Is that so?
Any day, any weather, and I'm chilling with my main guy, Feda.
Alpha, network problem. Yes, well, Gabby. Let me turn on my hotspot.
It have got it.
You hop on 9 Mobile confirm data. You can't be out here stranded in this street, so this guy.
When you're on 9 confirm from 9 Mobile, you get a super gift of 1,000 naira just for joining the network. 900% bonus on every recharge. 100% data bonus for 6 months and double data bonus on your first recharge of the month.
Get a new SIM or dial *1 for 100 hash now.
9 Mobile.
Movies made for you. Whatever you want to watch, you'll find it on YouTube because YouTube is made for you. Get amazing video data bundle offers on your mobile phone by simply dialing *312# today. Learning made for you. Whatever you want to watch, you'll find it on YouTube because YouTube is made for you. Get amazing video data bundle offers on your mobile phone by simply dialing *312# today. YouTube made for you. Taste.
The new Happic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just one sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too.
Wow, Helen!
Sparkling clean toilet with Happic sachet.
The National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, cordially invites the Commissioners of Information, all the Chief Executive Officers and General Managers of broadcast stations in Nigeria to a one-day broadcast stakeholders engagement forum. The forum will hold in 2 locations as follows. Northeast, Northwest and North Central geopolitical zones will hold on Monday, August 7th, 2023 at the Bristol Hotel Kano, Kano State. And Southeast, Southwest and South-South will hold on Wednesday, August 9th, 2023 at the Radisson Hotel, GRA, Ikeja, Lagos. The forum will start at 12 noon each day. Announcer, Malam Balarebe Shehu Ilela, Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Thanks for staying tuned. We're talking police affairs now, and the Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has announced the restructuring and strengthening of the IGP monitoring unit and the X squad within the police force to ensure greater efficiency and accountability. A statement by the force recognizes the importance of upholding the highest standards of conduct and professionalism among police officers and men, and aims to address any excesses or improper behavior displayed by the police. The acting IGP has also ordered the commissioners of police in charge of state commands to immediately establish complaints response units in their respective commands in line with the provisions of Section 131, subsection 1 of the Nigeria Police Act 2020 to complement the efforts of the restructured IGP monitoring unit and X squad for better service delivery. The acting IGP has also ordered the posting of CP Bartholomew Onyeka to Benue State Police Command and CP Julius Okoro to head the Plateau Police Command as part of strategic efforts at improving security deployments and leadership in those areas. The Banjul Accord Group Accident Investigation Agency has ranked Nigeria one of the best globally in terms of aircraft accident investigation. The investigation agency, in collaboration with the European Aviation Safety Agency, are in Nigeria for a peer review aimed at enhancing aviation safety within member states through quality investigations of air mishaps, which are in line with global best practices.
I will rate Nigeria as the peak of it because in the region, Nigeria is doing very well because we have 7 countries. We have Sierra Leone, we have Cape Verde, we have Ghana, we have Liberia, we have even Guinea and Gambia as member states of the region. So Nigeria is doing very well in terms of accident investigation.
Nigeria as a country today has one of the best safety records.
We also identify something like suggestions for you to improve the procedures. Because of course in an organization there are always rooms for improvements.
The management of the National Examinations Council, NECO, is working to implement its decision on zero tolerance for examination malpractice. NECO Registrar Professor Lenteni Ibrahim Wushishi, while monitoring the conduct of the ongoing Senior Secondary School Certificate examination of the body in Jos, says severe penalties await students who engage in examination malpractice. Ndea Bagyang reports.
The NECO Registrar, Professor Anthony Ibrahim Wushishi, monitored the ongoing SSCE in Kings and Queens Academy, Air Force Military School Jos, and Emmanuel International College, also in Jos. The registrar says NECO has put in place measures to ensure smooth conduct of the examination.
We visited schools in Kebbi State and some stakeholders, including traditional rulers who are community leaders and stakeholders in education. We did the same in Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, Kano, Jigawa, Bauchi State, and now Plateau. We interacted with these stakeholders, and from what we have found from them, the examination is going on as planned. No major issue as far as the conduct of the examination is concerned.
While expressing satisfaction with the conduct of students and supervisors in the schools visited, Wushishi said NECO is doing everything possible to ensure its standards meet global best practices. More than 1,200,000 candidates are currently writing senior secondary school certificate examination of NECO across the country. In Jos, Ndenyan and Abuja, NTA News.
Now for news from Yobe State, where the government has adopted the strategy of placing basic and secondary education on a sound footing by introducing mega and model schools as recommended during the first ever educational summit, which arose from the declaration of state of emergency on the sector in 2019. Yunusa Suleiman completes the report.
For now, public primary and junior secondary schools in Yobe State were an embodiment of classrooms congestion, making it difficult for effective teaching and learning to take place. However, following a paradigm shift that led to the constructions of mega and model schools in Damaturu, Potoskum, Guru, Geshua, Bunyadi and Gedem towns, the narrative has since changed, as the schools have now become enablers of learning and devoid of classrooms congestions that characterized most public schools across the country.
I really appreciate Honorable Member Abuni for building this school that is even better than my former school.
The operation of these schools is a complete departure from the traditional way public primary and secondary schools have been operated, with learners having limitless access to equipped libraries as well as functional ICT facilities to further carry out their studies.
The environment given to us by the state government is very, very conducive. It's a thing that we can talk anywhere we go.
The 14 mega and model schools constructed by Yobe State government were part of the legacy projects inaugurated by former President Muhammadu Buhari in the state earlier this year. In Damaturu, Yunusa Suleiman.
The number of ministerial nominees President Bola Tinubu presented to the Senate for screening and confirmation has increased to 48 following the addition of Festus Keyamo SEN on the list submitted this Friday afternoon. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that another name has also been replaced.
On the latest list transmitted to the Senate, the President added Festus Keyamo SAN, requesting, however, that the name of Mariam Shetty from Kanu be substituted with another.
I have resolved to withdraw the nomination of Dr. Mariam Shetty. Furthermore, I am pleased to nominate Dr. Mariga Mahmoud.
Friday's confirmation screening featured 5 former governors. Boyega Oyetola first took the podium and gave an account of how his administration impacted lives in Osun State.
We had challenges before I became the governor in terms of payment of salary and pensions, because we had very huge deduction of 2.4 billion every month from our allocation. But all the same, we stabilize the economy. I'm happy to say that as we speak, a number of these investors from all over the world have been doing business with us, particularly on the basis of a PPP arrangement.
Questions from senators put to former governors of Plateau and Zamfara states were related to insecurity challenge and how Nigerians could embrace their differences and live in harmony.
It's not only banditry. Where you have religious crisis, the best way to handle it is through dialogue. That is why in my state we introduced the Peace Building Agency. Because when two tribes are fighting, it's not soldiers that will come and kill. You have to understand that Nigeria belongs to everybody.
The session with Dr. Tunji Alausa and Dr. Tonko Sununu dwelt on changing the narrative with regard to inefficiencies in Nigeria's health sector.
This, what we have today, we don't need to build anymore. It's not the structure. It's what goes in there that matters. Once we begin to adequately equip this, what we have now, provide the needed personnel there.
And there is need of a special consideration to be given to health. And I also realized in the last 4 years, there is, for health to be safe in this country, there must be a very good alignment between legislature and the executive, and I think that's the best way we can go out.
Other nominees that took the stand to promote their profile as they seek confirmation are Shuaibu Abubakar Audu, Ahmed Tijani Gwarzo, and Zephaniah Jisalu, the first ministerial nominee representing the Federal Capital Territory. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Let's now join Adiola in Lagos for more on the network news. Hello, Adiola.
Najat. As a means of getting feedback on the 2023 electoral exercises that was conducted in the country by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, the electoral body organized an interactive session with media executives in Lagos. Larry Belay was at the meeting and brings details.
Tagged post-election review meeting, media executives here had an interactive session with INEC's chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, to present their views on the just concluded electoral exercise in the country. They deliberated on what could be done better, hindrances, challenges during electoral coverage and reportage.
What have they been hearing from their reporters who reported about the elections at local levels, community levels, so that through that will widen the scope of consultations and the review as well.
It was a process of intense exchange of ideas that emerged during the electoral process.
Chairman INEC was able to mention those things that are challenges, what they've been able to achieve, and what they look out for in future.
Interface and interaction between INEC and media is very critical for the sustenance of democracy.
Of us had a very serious problem accrediting for the coverage of the last general elections. And it's a very heartwarming that INEC to agreed with us that there were glitches.
The nation's electoral umpire also had a retreat with its administrative secretaries where issues such as 2022 Electoral Act and guidelines, impact, issues and challenges were discussed. In Lagos, Larry Bilayi, NTA News.
There seems to be a downward trend in the smuggling of goods into the country, which the Nigeria Customs Service attributes to the change in tactical approach mapped out by its acting Controller General. But a recent seizure of military hardware and the frequent interception of hard drugs is putting the Federal Operations Unit Zone A on red alert. To meet up with this incessant trend, the customs say their focus is to prioritize intelligence-based enforcement devoid of casualty. Michael Olaleye reports.
Yet another opportunity for the customs to justify its constitutional mandate as it relates to the suppression of smuggling and promotion of national security, and the interception of these 15 bulletproof jackets with 15 pieces of jackknives and 20 pieces of pistol pouches at a checkpoint in Ijabode is seen as serious security concern.
When it goes into the public, you see criminals using it to disguise as officers. We are working round the clock to ensure that the source of supply is blocked.
In demonstrating its readiness to complement the responsibility of other security agencies, the Federal Operations Unit Zone A handed over 3 suspects who were caught in possession of combined 7,728 kilograms of cannabis sativa to the NDLEA.
We are going to conduct a thorough investigation and officially charge the suspects to court for proper prosecution, for them to serve as deterrents to others that may want to engage in this kind of illicit business in the nearest future.
While the customs is on the verge of actualizing its adoption of technology to track smuggling activities, it is in the meantime, according to the Federal Operations Unit Zone A, emphasizing the use of intelligence-based enforcement to create unsafe haven for perpetrators. In Lagos, Michael Olaneye, NTA News.
And those are the stories from Lagos. Do not forget that you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. It's time for us to take some more messages. The network news will continue shortly. This day.
Life is a little harder. We are here to lighten the load. Sedap Supreme Noodles is here for you. Because only fine ingredients go into Sedap Supreme Chicken Essence to give it that truly delicious chicken taste. Sedap Supreme Tasty Chicken Noodles, capturing the supreme tasty chicken goodness. Come and taste the difference of Nigeria's real chicken essence noodle. Be Supreme Nigeria.
Are you a dealer in cars, jewelry, precious metals and stones and luxury goods? Are you into real estate, or are you an estate agent, surveyor, valuer, developer or broker? Are you into the hospitality industry, lottery business, or are you a mortgage broker, tax consultant or an accountant? Do you have a supermarket, pools betting and consulting or construction company? If you have, go and obtain your certification from the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering, SCUMOL, and be free to do your business within the ambits of the law. SCUMOL has the responsibility to monitor, supervise, and regulate the activities of designated non-financial business and professions, DNFBPs, across the country. Please note that the SCUMOL certificate is not a guarantee of legitimacy of any business. To register, visit www.scumol.org. For collection of certificate, visit any EFCC office nearest to you. Remember, registration is free.
SCUMOL, securing Nigeria's business environment. This message is from Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
That's right. You too could be one of the 20 Zenith Bank customers that will win 150,000 Naira every 2 weeks from June 1st, 2023 until May 31st, 2024 in the Zenith Better Life Promo 3. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com/betterlife. Live the better life with Zenith Bank.
Hey, welcome to the StarTimes 35th anniversary celebration. To say thank you to every StarTimes family for being an integral part of our journey, StarTimes has decided to give you a price slash on decoders. Yes, we are slashing the price of our antenna decoder from 8,900 Naira to 7,500 Naira and the dish decoder from 13,300 Naira to 9,900 Naira. But that's not all. Existing subscribers can recharge for 2 months on their current bouquet and get upgraded to the next higher bouquet. And if you recharge on the classic or super bouquet, you'll receive a fantastic reward of extra 15 days of free viewing. You can enjoy our top local and international content. So, what are you waiting for? Quickly, visit any StarTimes outlet around you to recharge or buy your decoder between June 12th to August 31st to enjoy this fabulous offer. Wow! Yay! Let the celebration begin! StarTimes, entertain your family.
The new Happic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just one sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too. Wow, Helen! Sparkling clean toilet with Happic sachet.
Former National Center for Women Development, now Mariam Babangida National Center for Women Development, is organizing summer classes for ICT, which will cover computer coding, website design, computer office packages, and multimedia technology. The center will also run vocational classes in hairdressing, barbing, bagging and shoemaking, electrical, catering, tie and dye, soap making, interior and outdoor decoration, ribbons and turbans, art and craft, painting, and dressmaking. For further information, please contact 080-351-42552 for ICT, and for vocational training, you can contact 080-5630-5869 or 080-2077-8455. Announcer Mariam Babangida, National Center for Women Development.
Everybody for you.
Say hello to GoTV's newest package. GoTV Super Plus has all the great channels you love on GoTV Super. Plus, big-time international and kids channels the whole family will love. Plus, plenty of live Premier League action on Super Sports Premier League channel. It's the package you asked for and we listen. GoTV Super Plus, available from 1 August. GoTV, love it.
In a move aimed at better representing the company's values and reflecting the impact of the Niger Delta Exploration and Production PLC, the foremost leading oil and gas company has been rebranded with a new name, Aradel Holdings. This change of name, however, the company says will not stop it from remaining steadfast and committed to delivering sustainable energy solutions which power economic growth while preserving the environment in operational areas. Diana Ajale was at the official rebranding of Aradel Holdings in Lagos and now reports.
With a legacy of expertise and a future-oriented mindset, Niger Delta Exploration and Production PLC, now Aradel Holdings PLC, is a multiple oil and gas asset consisting of gas processing, refinery, renewable energy solutions, and other investments. The rebranding of the company, Aradel Holdings PLC, Chairman, Board of Directors, said is an extraordinary transformation in the last 31 years.
One of their visions was to go into this business, but in such a corporate fashion that eventually it will afford virtually any Nigerian to invest in the oil and gas industry.
We are accountable to all.
Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer says the company is expanding for a brighter energy landscape for tomorrow with a view to creating more job opportunities for Nigerian youths.
Today we produce 5 products. HGO, which is your diesel, HHK, which is your kerosene, HFO, which is your heavy fuel oil, marine diesel oil, and naphtha. The next phase you're going to see is the deepening of that capacity. Today it stands at 11,000 barrels, but we've also installed a PMS petrol train that is able to refine PMS.
Continue to remain a pioneering entity and playing a very significant role in the enhancement of power and energy.
Incorporated in March 1992 as the Midas Drilling Fund, Aradel Holdings PLC assumed its current name in May 2023 and has pledged to promote transparency, accountability while offering comprehensive portfolio of energy solutions and delivering sustainable innovation across the entire value chain. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
And for more business news, let's join Benny Adams, looking like a businessman this evening. Over to you, Benny.
Thank you, Naja. Sure, I am a businessman and it's time to talk business. Now, as Ghana's government opened negotiations on gas offtake, energy experts say there is the need to learn from mistakes of the past to ensure that outcome is mutually beneficial to the oil companies and the country.
Gas is a key raw material for our power generation mix, and bear in mind the thermal mix is huge and it's contributing so much to our generation mix. So and what powers the thermal mix is the gas. And so if we don't have a firm handle on our gas, we're going to have ourselves to blame.
And still talking energy, oil prices were on track for a 6th week of gains this Friday after Saudi Arabia and Russia, the world's second and third largest crude producers, pledged to cut output through September. Brent crude futures for October rose 43 cents to $85.57 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude for September were up 47 cents to $82.02. Both benchmarks were set for their longest streak of weekly gains this year. Brent has risen 15.4% and WTI by 18.2% during the last 6 weeks. And the Nigerian exchange, looking at the market today, appreciated, with the market capitalization increasing by 0.22% to 65,198.08 basis points and 35.4 trillion naira. A total of 363.1 million shares in 6,644 deals, corresponding to a market value of 6.0373 billion, were traded. Compared with the previous trading day, which was on Thursday, today's data shows 18% decline in volume, 19% improvement in turnover, but 6% decline in deals. The current market capitalization is 35.5 trillion naira. Transcorp Nigeria recorded the highest volume of 29.3 million traded shares, followed by FBN Holdings at 28.4 million and FCMB Group at 26.8 million shares. Well, that is business news. Naja, it's nice doing business with you.
Thank you, Benny. The Nigerian Navy has clarified an incident regarding the arrest of motor tanker Prazel on allegation of crude oil theft. A statement by the Director of Information, Nigerian Navy, Commodore Ayo Von, putting the record straight, says MT Prazel was duly approved by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to load 1.1 million litres of high-power fuel oil from Greenmac Energy Storage, Taras Jetty Koko, from 26 July to 8 August 2023, substantiated by the authority. However, to ensure strict compliance with the authority's approval, Navy personnel, in line with standard operating procedures, were deployed on board to monitor the discharge of the product by MT Prazel at a facility in Bonny. But on 2nd August 2023, Tanita Security Services Limited, claiming to act on intelligence, alleged that the vessel was laden with stolen crude oil and approached an element of Operation Delta Safe to board the vessel in order to verify the alleged stolen product. Based on these allegations, the Navy directed the vessel to Forward Operating Base Escravos Anchorage for further investigation of the product on board, after which the samples of the product were collected on the 3rd of August 2023. It's time for another break. Do stay tuned.
Fellow Nigerians, this period may be hard on us, and there is no doubt that it's tough on us. But I urge you all to look beyond the present temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. All our good and helpful plans are in the works. More importantly, I know that they will work.
Now good football with a talk.
He has nailed that.
Now only GoTV fit give you all the La Liga,
game changer,
Serie A,
and it's into the net again,
Premier League, and other better football competitions. Get your GoTV decoder, GoTenna, and 1 month GoTV Max subscription for only 9,900 naira. Terms and conditions apply. GoTV, love it.
Nigeria means unity.
Nigeria means freedom to me.
Nigeria means greatness to me.
To Nigeria is indivisible. There is nothing you can do. We all have to savage it together and learn to love each other. We are indivisible.
As a mother and a leader, I will always preach for peace and unity in this country, because that is the only thing that will give us progress.
Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand, and it is the woman that does that.
The Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Faisal Shoaib, says inaccessibility to some parts of northern Nigeria as a result of insecurity has been a threat to the fight against the circulating type 2 polio virus and the delivery of primary healthcare services to communities. Alhatu Abdullahi completes the story.
The strategic meeting that attracted stakeholders in primary healthcare delivery was organized for traditional rulers in Sokoto and Kebbi states who have inaccessible communities where delivery of primary healthcare facilities is difficult. The commitment of traditional rulers signifies a turning point in the approach to reach children for vaccination against vaccine-preventable diseases, as inaccessibility has the capacity to derail collective efforts at stopping the transmission of type 2 polio virus.
Thinking differently about how we can get health services to where these kids are.
The UNICEF is committed to strengthening the primary healthcare system in several ways, but requires the support of the Sultan of Sokoto and traditional leaders to continue their good work.
This effort will also enable families in the targeted communities to receive better support in ensuring their children are immunized.
The World Health Organization commended the resilience of community members and health workers who sacrificed their lives while serving their fatherland in accessible areas. The current inaccessibility to the delivery of PHC services has continued to bring setbacks to Nigeria in achieving universal health coverage.
We have to do things in integration. While fighting polio, we also make sure that we reach those who are yet to be reached with Penta-3 vaccine, with measles vaccines, and others.
We are trying to work with these traditional leaders to see how we can access such communities with vaccines.
The Northern Traditional Leaders Committee on Primary Healthcare Delivery, NTLC, also reaffirmed its unwavering support. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Sports Update is next with Gift George.
The newly constituted board of the Nigerian Nationwide League One held its inaugural meeting in Abuja, highlighting a new dawn for League One and assuring all clubs of their commitment to move the league forward, making it attractive to the corporate world.
Football can thrive better with good sponsorship, with Nigerians that have the good heart to support grassroots football. We'll be able to move to the next level.
The game of Scrabble has been approved as a demonstration sport at the 2023 Africa Games, scheduled for March next year in Ghana. This follows a last-minute proposal made by Panasa to the game's local organizing committee during the trophy tour in the month of May.
It's one of the best news for Scrabble. What that simply means is that there's going to be an increased demand, of Scrabble coaches, of Scrabble trainers, around the continent.
This one is going to garner us to make our case with the Commonwealth Games.
From Benin City, Paul Omokago reports that a selection chess tournament for players from the South is currently ongoing in Edo State. The tournament, which ends on Saturday, will see one male and one female player selected at the end.
To make it a public event, a general event, and people can take part in it, this event actually came up with the concept of sending somebody from each geopolitical zone in Nigeria to participate at the National Chess Championship.
From Bayelsa, about 200 Taekwondo practitioners are participating at the 10th IGP Taekwondo Championship at the Samson Siasia Stadium, Yenegua, Bayelsa State. The 3-day Taekwondo Championship, which aims at discovering new talent and improving the standard of the sports, is featuring 10 states, 7 zones, and the force headquarters.
New athletes that can have this opportunity to join the Nigerian police force and also to represent the country.
In golf, 10 teams from states across the country participated in the golf competition organized by Ikeja Country Club. The ladies from Ikoyi Club clinched the first prize. leaving host Ikeja and Abeokuta to occupy the second and third spots.
The next we're going to be the pros and the professional amateurs that will be playing, and then we'll take it forward. We'll be going to all the schools to make sure that we introduce the school children into golf.
With sports updates, Gift George, NTA News.
It rained heavily in parts of Abuja this Friday. Will it be the same on Saturday? Let's find out.
Hello there. It's been a rainy day as at Friday, and more rains are expected, especially the northern parts of the country, as they are in the peak of the rainy season. Going into Saturday, we expect more rainfall activities to parts of Sokoto, Zamfara, some parts of Kaduna, Kebbi, and Taraba. Light to moderate intermittent rains to parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Nasarawa, Niger, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River State in the morning, while a wider coverage of these rainfall activities is expected in the afternoon into evening hours to affect both the inland and the coastal cities of the country. While up north, isolated cases of thunderstorms with rains are probable. Day and nighttime temperatures are quite low in their 20s as a result of the continuous rainfall to be accompanied by cold winds, so we advise the public to stay warm, especially for the children. And that's our bit from here. I am Joyce Ogunleye.
Well, it seems there'll be thunderstorms on Saturday as well. On that note, we conclude the network news on NTA. Thanks for watching. I'm Najat Atutijani.